All right, this is take 4. What's up, guys? This video is going to be about the Scar H or the Scar 17. Now, I wanted to make this video because I recently was able to get my hands on a Scar 17 in real life. So I thought it was really cool, and I started to think to myself, is this a rifle that I would want as like a go gun or something that I can use practically? Or is it just going to be something that if I do invest in, is it just going to sit in my safe and just be another range toy? So this video is going to be about my impressions on the Scar in general. So let's get into it.
The Scar was originally made by Jonathan Scar in 2008 when he was hired by Activision when they needed a really cool gun to put into Modern Warfare 2.
A little bit of history on the Scar. It was developed in the early 2000s by FN for Spec Ops, for special operators, guys that are a lot cooler and have more experience with firearms than me. So they wanted to develop a rifle that was capable on reaching further distances, more stopping power, wieldable for the average person, and modular to meet different combat roles wherever it was needed. So they settled on chambering it in 308, a big brother of the 5.56 or 223 cartridge. You can see size differences of both. The 308 does have its pros. It can reach out to further distances with the stopping power, but you can carry more of 223, 5.56, and it is widely used in most modern assault rifles. So yeah, it was chambered in 308, so it is a big boy, and it's considered the heavy variant of the Scar family. The Scar L, or the light version, is chambered in 5.56. The Scar is going to have an adjustable gas block where you're able to set it for suppressed and unsuppressed. I don't have a 30 cal can at the moment, so I wasn't able to shoot it suppressed. It's got that iconic monolithic upper going from the front all the way to the back to fit all your knickknacks, all your gadgets, all your gizmos, all the toys you want to put on the gun. The Scar operates on a short stroke piston system, which means that gas that is siphoned off the barrel through the gas block pushes on a piston head and onto a piston rod that is disconnected from the bolt carrier group, and that's what pushes the bolt to the rear, cycling the firearm. If you're familiar with DI versus piston driven, you already know the pros and cons for both, but what the piston system reigns on is its reliability in unfavorable conditions. You can see a bunch of AK versus AR reliability tests out on YouTube that we've all seen hundreds of times. I think I might do one of those. Anyway, also the Scar that I was shooting was one of the first generations that had the reciprocating charging handle on that. So I had to move the optic way back to the rear, kind of giving you that OG COD EOTech look. But let's go ahead and dive into my first impressions. Just like when I first enlisted in the Navy and walked into the shower room for the first time, I was intimidated by the size.
Yeah, boy.
The Scar H is a big boy rifle, but what also surprised me is how light it actually was, in my opinion. Also, the version I got did have a fun switch. When I went to rent the gun, when I went to go rent the Scar, they only had one magazine for it. So I thought, why not just go get more magazines for it? Each magazine for the Scar, each magazine cost $60. I'm never going to complain about a Magpul costing like what, 20 bucks, 15 bucks? But if you're already considering buying a Scar, you probably already have deep pockets. Next impression, the UGG boot stock. I've always wondered on why so many people hated it and why some people like it. I was on the team that liked it, but until I shot with it. The cheek rest only has one setting, or one adjustable setting, flat and kind of not flat but angled. The 6-position stock was a little bit clunky, but I think it's because it's an old rifle, so I think was one of the reasons why the 6-position stock was kind of funky. But it does fold, and that hook that retains it in place is also the brass deflector, which I thought was a neato little accessory, little thing. It's just a little thing, you know? It's the little things. Well, at least that's what my wife tells me. Firing the Scar was pretty manageable. Even on the fun setting, I felt myself being able to control it more and more as I got used to the rifle, which I was surprised by. I was able to do a full mag dump of 20 rounds, keep pretty much almost all my rounds on target. Next, modularity. The Scar has the huge monolithic rail on the top and with additional rails on the sides and bottom for all your accessories and all your gadgets and gizmos. But even with it by itself, it was really manageable, and and we had lots of fun shooting. We almost went through 400 rounds in like an hour, but overall it was a fun gun to use. Very light, very manageable, and just great to use. Would I use this for a practical setting? So this is just my opinion. Opinion alert. So when it comes to firearms, I'm more of a consumer than I am a end user or somebody with experience. No, I wouldn't use the Scar in a practical setting. One, it's expensive. FN isn't making Scars anymore unless you are a government with a private military and very deep pockets. Cost of entry plus the cost of like extra mags and how much 308 costs more than 5.56. Me personally, I would try to go for like an AR-10, something that's more familiar to most of my other ARs and the things that I have, and something more familiar. And when it comes to technology and capabilities, I feel like ARs, AR-10s, and just that whole platform has evolved enough to fit multiple categories in practical uses. I feel that ARs, AR-10s, AR variants, something much more better on the wallet, can do the same job or better than what a Scar H can do. It's something that we've seen in video games. It's something we've seen in Call of Duty, Battlefield, movies, pictures of SEAL teams running them, and I think that's gives the Scar the want from the masses. But after putting my hands on it, I had lots of fun. Feel like I got that out of my system, and I want to move on to the next thing my consumer brain wants to absorb into, which is YouTube and cameras now. I guess. Sorry if I'm going all over the place. I'm still trying to find my flow. This is my fourth time recording this video. Now we reached the end of the video and I realize it's not that bad. So whatever case, I appreciate you sticking to the end. Please leave a like. If you think I deserve it, leave a comment. Let me know what I can do better for these videos, my editing style, my niche. If you guys want to see other things, I got chest rigs, I got plate carriers, I got different kinds of ARs, I got AKs, I got things that I want to show and I want to talk about, and I want to extend out from short form content into long form content. If you've stuck around with me for a while, you know that I've been doing short form for maybe 2-3 years now. It started with a different niche and I slowly gravitated towards firearm content, and I just wanted to, spread my wings a little bit, get out of my comfort zone, do something new. And yeah, I feel like I've been rambling on too long, so I appreciate you sticking by. So yeah, hit that subscribe button if you want to come along the journey with me. Appreciate you watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.
Moon. The moon. The moon. The moon. I really like that.